Hey guys, so tonight begins what is known as NXT 2.0, basically a soft reboot retcon of NXT as we know it, mostly due to the fact that we have a new logo and it's going to be a new kind of arena structure at the Capital Wrestling Center, basically the PC in Orlando, Florida. And a lot of people obviously are worried about this. I mean, they look at the fact that Samoa Joe relinquished the NXT title due to injury. I can't. Like I was saying, sorry about the interruption, but like I was saying, tonight is the start of NXT 2.0. And obviously, it's a soft reboot, revamp of the NXT that we know. A lot of people obviously are worried, but due to the fact that the logo has changed, it looks more, as some people put it, Nickelodeon inspired. They're also worried about that there's a lot of changes coming because of the fact that, Samoa Joe relinquished the NXT title due to quote unquote injury, which I was trying to talk about before the phone rang there. But here's the thing that some people seem to not understand. I mean, every wrestling news outlet has talked about this, has mentioned this. And according to what everyone has said, from Fightful.com to PW Insider to WrestleVotes to No DQ, everybody has mentioned this. And that is the fact that, everybody is looking at the fact that Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon are going to be running things from now on. They're going to run NXT into the ground. Here's the thing, though. If you read the news, it states, and I know it's hard to believe anything that comes out of WWE. I know it's hard to believe it, all right? But it states that Vince and Bruce are only in charge of the marketing of NXT, all right? The marketing, and that if there's any big decisions that has to be made, they will be there to kind of oversee. In other words, they're not in charge of who goes truly over, who, how things are booked or anything. They're not truly in charge of that. Triple H and Shawn Michaels are still running that. That's their division. All Bruce and Vince are doing to make NXT more appealing to everybody, to all demographics, I guess you could say, is redesign the logo, redesign the presentation at times, but that's it. Everything else is pretty much as it once was in the hands of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That's what some people are not seeing. They're not realizing that Vince and Bruce, they have a hand in the marketing, and they might, mostly Vince, be there to try to oversee what certain big decisions have to be made, but it's still, I should say, going to remain Triple H and Shawn Michaels' brand. It's still going to remain their brand, their show. In other words, whatever is decided is mostly going to be as it once was. So whatever you have to worry about, you don't have to worry about it too much unless I will say this, unless things get to a point that from Vince's point of view or Bruce's point of view, they have to really step in and take command. But until that time, the only thing they're in charge of is the marketing, which is why we have this redesign, which is why we have this kind of remodeling, this giving a new coat of paint for NXT as far as the CWC, the Capital One Center in the PC, if you will, is concerned. Is to basically make it more presentable, more updated, and more appealing to not just the audience, but to anybody that might consider WWE as a career path in the near future. So, with that said, we'll find out tonight. I'll put it this way. We will find out tonight if any of that worry is justified. Yes, everybody is talking about the fact that Frankie Monet and Raquel Gonzalez is off for tonight. We can only pretty much think that the wedding between Dexter and Indy is one of the reasons it's been called off. We can assume that. Now you might say, see, Raquel and Frankie got moved off. That's a Bruce move. He don't like them. No. If that was a Bruce move, if you will, we would know. We would have word about that. Okay? What I think they're trying to do is save that for another takeover down the line. That's what I think they're doing, or at least they're going to save it till next week. For all we know, one of, now both of them might have, got COVID, for all we know. We don't know. Or one of them, might have visa problems, that being the NXT champion. We don't know. So whatever the circumstance is, I'm sure the match will happen once again, probably by next week or the week after. They want to take their time. They want to take their time, if you will, and basically, presenting this new soft retcon, or soft, no, I wouldn't say retcon, but soft reboot of NXT to the audience. That's what it is. And again, from what I understand, from what Ringside News, from Fightful.com, from PW Insider, No DQ, everybody has reported. Vince and Bruce are only in charge of the marketing, and Vince primarily will oversee any big decision that needs to be made, if needed. And everything else is still as it once was, with Hunter and Shawn, basically booking and running things as they always have. The only thing that's changed is the marketing is now in Vince and Bruce's hands. That's it. Unless something comes to pass and they have to step in, I don't think you really have much to worry about. So tonight, though, we will see what exactly, the future is going to have for NXT. And again, I know people want to probably blame Bruce maybe for Raquel and Frankie being off. But again, we got to look at the fact that you got the wedding of Indy and Dexter, on the rise. And now you have that fatal four-way that was originally a number one contenders match going to be for the vacant NXT title. So, those reasons and probably other reasons as well. I don't think it's because Bruce is behind it or anything. It's mostly you want to give enough time to crowning a new NXT champion, and you probably want to give enough time to this wedding angle on however you're going to complete it and finish it off, if you know what I'm saying. But we'll see. Tonight, NXT 2.0 arrives, but for anybody that was worried that Vince and Bruce were going to be totally in charge, you can put that worry away for right now, because Hunter and Shawn will still be running things. It's the marketing that Bruce and Vince are in charge of, which is why the NXT logo and everything has changed up the way it is to be more appealing and presentable to anybody on the outside that has heard about NXT and might want to take a chance on it. But that's all I'm going to say, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Live chat during the premiere. Like the video. Check out the Teespring store. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace.